And I figured the size of was act up on me. Greetings, one and all, Wednesday night, hump day, whatever you want to call it. Oh, God. Well, all I can tell you, folks, is I tried doing this yesterday. I never got around to it. Making a video, I mean. I tried. Shit happens, believe me. Uh, actually, I tried doing. I would have done one on. I would have done a video on Monday, but I decided, okay, I have to take a day off from that. Unlucky me, the big news actually went down on Monday, so I've had enough time. Uh, by now, everybody knows Bruce Boudreau got shown the door. He got fired, and Dale Hunter is now the new coach for the Caps. You kind of realize that this, on the one hand, it's a good fit because we're old. A lot of us are old enough to remember Dale Hunter back in the day, and they knew how much of an ass kicker he was then. And I have no doubt in my mind that he'll do the same thing as a coach. It just may take a little time. Which kind of leads me to last night. Um, I have to say, in complete honesty, I saw some improvement. Because at least I saw Ovechkin get a goal and all of that. But the glaring problem with this team is partially it's shoddy defense, but that's not the real issue. The real issue is Tomas Vokoun. How soon you can get this motherfucker out of here won't be too soon for me. Yeah, I know. I'm the guy who got on here like a month or so ago when the season started and watched the Caps going 7-0 and all of that. And I said, here's the guy who looked like he was playing for like he wanted to win a Vezina trophy. I said, well, the only trophy he's going to win now is like an asshole trophy. You don't get this. I've gotten on here countless times, and I've said he's got to get his head out of his ass. Last night, it was more of the same. I mean, this is like more of the same. The first two goals he gave up. Now, the first one I give leeway because it hit the crossbar, bounced off his back, and but he's completely clueless where it is. This gets tapped in. The second goal he gives up, I just lost it at that point. It's like the puck goes behind the net, and here's Vokoun flopping around like a fucking dead salmon trying to swim upstream. What do you know? Wraparound goal. There's the problem. Until Dale Hunter addresses that, this team is just not going to be going anywhere real soon. And you can't have this because, tomorrow night, yeah, it's the Penguins. Yeah, I know. It's like I get hate mail every time I get on here, and even if I so much as mention Penguins, I get hate mail on here. It happens. But my point, and I do have a point, is this team has got to straighten it. It's got to get straightened out. Now, as I said, I saw, some improvement from an offensive standpoint, but the problem is in goal. At least they know in Michael Neuvir's case, the guy knows how to play the position. I keep looking at this and say there has to be somebody there in Hershey who could come up and basically come up and be ready to fill in, because I'm telling you, and believe me, there are Caps fans on here who remember the days when I had my old YouTube channel before I had to delete the bastard. I used to get on here about 2 years ago when Jose Theodore was in goal, and he kept acting up like this shit. And I said it was almost a nightly game show. You know, like how was Jose Theodore gonna fuck it up? Well, here we are again. Now you just substitute Tomas Vokoun for Jose Theodore, and you still have the same fucking game show. You know, which is how does Tomas Vokoun fuck it up tonight? It's got to change. And Dale Hunter's got to address this. He has to address it. There is, if he does not address this team just will not go anywhere. And you cannot have this. You cannot have it. So, you know, all I can say is last night's game, you know, on that you give Dale Hunter a free pass because, hey, it's his debut. You kind of, you want to expect some things, but, you know, I've seen enough. He's got to address this with the goal. He's got to address this with the goaltending issue. Has to do it. If he cannot do it, he may not last. So that's all I'm going to say on that. Move along here. I think it's a crazy ass sheet. What was I going to do here? Oh, I know what it was. So much fun. Now the Nationals are making noise about, you know, making a serious offer to Prince Fielder. The only reason they're even mentioning this is because apparently Chris Barrero, who I've talked about a lot, I saw the guy years ago in Harrisburg, but apparently he suffered an injury the other week, and they think it is now serious enough that he may not be ready for spring training. So there's now backup, and of course I mentioned Adam LaRoche is not the full-time answer at first base. I said the bottom line is you got to get somebody that is going to man this position and do it well, so that Michael Morris, I didn't really want to look at it, you know, can stand there and patrol left field. I said I was watching this. I was watching MLB Tonight last night, and they were talking about this. They projected the lineup if by some miracle Prince Fielder showed up. You imagine what this lineup would have been. You would have had Ian Desmond leading off. Jason Worth would have batted second, which probably might be his natural position in the lineup. And you get Ryan Zimmerman, then Prince Fielder, and then you get Mike Morse. My God. I looked at this, I'm like, oh my God, make this happen. Please make this happen. Because I want to see a World Series in Washington before I croak. I've said, you know, elsewhere across the internet, I've said I want to see a World Series in Washington by 2013. You know, we can accelerate this a little bit. But, you know, this is all up to what Mike Rizzo decides. Unless you're willing to offer him $132 million over 6 years, which translates to $22 million a year. Unless you're willing to give out that type of money, or, you know, or get it down to where it could be like $21 million a year and make it 5 years. Anything to get Prince Fielder to come here, because basically I've heard that he says he wants to go somewhere where he has a chance of winning. Go to a team that has a chance of winning. Well, they saw what happened last year with the Nats. It was one game under 500, which surprised the hell out of me. Believe me. But again, this is all up to what the front office decides. Look at a moment ago, I was watching somewhere else, and so supposedly there's this kid out of Cuba, and he's playing like winter ball in the Dominican Republic. I cannot pronounce the kid's name. Please understand, I cannot pronounce it. I'm not even going to try. But they said this kid's like, he's a center fielder, and they said he is like the big deal. He is like major league ready. So the story is Mike Rizzo's flown down to the Dominican Republic to take a look at him, and you know, if he likes this, who knows? They may make an offer to him. Because believe it or not, you really do need a center fielder in Washington. I mean, you do, but where are you going to find it? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm going to talk about that. So I'm done with that. We talked about the house and all that. Oh, the NBA lockout supposedly has been resolved just by luck. I was all prepared to just stand here and say, I'll just do it up the damn season. So, yeah, I've said before, it would give me a legitimate excuse not to talk about the Wizards sucking. But anyway, so they're trying to sort all of this out, get the training camps open, I think, by December 9th. They knew why they did this. Believe me, they knew why the owners and the players decided to just go ahead and settle, because you knew they had this big triple header on Christmas Day, and nobody was going to give up that money. You know, they ain't idiots. You know, you may look dumb, but they ain't stupid. You know, you can smell that Christmas money. You know, for everybody was smelling this thing. You know, the owners smelled it, the players were smelling the money. TNT and ESPN, we're going to smell ABC, we're going to smell the money. They knew what it was. Nobody wanted to lose that money. Oh, God. Well, anyway. I'm trying to think here. I'm pretty much talked out on this. Depending upon my frame of mind, I may do one on Friday where I'll get to talk about the JU football team, and they're moving on in the 1AA playoffs. They have the game. I think I remember I said this before. They're playing at North Dakota State. Game's at 4 o'clock Eastern. They still have not figured out if they're going to televise it here or not. You know, I like I said, I won't know until I pick up my Saturday paper, you know, and go look at the TV listings there. So that's it. Uh, so as always, I get to say adios, motherfuckers. Enjoy your Wednesday. What else to do? God. Oh, God. I'm trying to think here. No, I'm talked out. I'm sorry. I'm talked out, gang. So we will see you when I decide to make another video. So adios, and we'll see you whenever. Great. Picture freezes again. I hate this. There you go. All right, I'm done.